Moon in Sagittarius, building bridges. Everyone sees the world through different eyes. The zodiac sign in which your moon is located is your perception filter, which lets certain things through and filters out others. For example, you don't like people who always say yes, but. A friend of yours sees things differently. She thinks that you should question things critically. We differ greatly in the way we look at the world and in the impressions and experiences we are more open to. Are you aware that you see the world through the eyes of a Sagittarius? Being unique plays a big role in your inner life. You probably received a good extra dose of happiness hormones in your mother's womb, even if it wasn't always sunshine and roses. How else can you explain your enthusiasm and your wonderful ideas about the good in people and a perfect world? Your ideal images are very important to you. Somehow, you project your secret longing for the paradisiacal feeling of unity you experienced before you were born onto your ideas of reality. This makes you super creative, with a tendency to emphasize the common, the comprehensive. You think in broad terms and are likely to become a fan of profound philosophical thoughts or spiritual topics at an early age. The fact that the world is not perfect therefore hits you particularly hard. But such disillusionment also stimulates your ingenuity and the almost missionary zeal with which you want to stand up for your convictions. However, you would prefer everything to progress in giant leaps and bounds. Perhaps some plans remain unrealized because your desires are always one step ahead of you. You love the feeling of freedom, whether this manifests itself in a need for fresh air, a desire to travel, or even more in intellectual tolerance. Any kind of restriction hurts you inside. That's why you also feel that classification and subordination, for example in your professional life, don't come easily to you. Self-employment or freelance work is more likely to suit your needs, although even here you will need self-discipline. As already indicated, your emotional life combines a rather rose-tinted view of other people with a need for independence and something out of the ordinary. As a result, you may unconsciously end up in relationships that do not require too much commitment or constant cuddling. Viewed from the outside, this is not necessarily your fault, but perhaps that of the other person. Or it could be due to external circumstances, such as physical distance. Your dose of optimism and belief that you can get along with anyone somehow help you to keep even difficult partnerships going. You understand others well, but discussions about conflicts are not really your thing. Why bother when you can just enjoy the good things? You have a knack for skillfully ignoring unpleasant little things and focusing on the positive. Your urge for exciting new sensory stimuli is just as strong as your moral compass. What a combination! Whether you embark on erotic adventures depends less on the right moment than on your personal ethics. If you recognize the conflict between your high ethical standards and your fun-loving curiosity as a personal issue, both you and your relationship will benefit.